Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. And today, I'm just barely in time to do one run of the Arenadirect for a Strixhaven Collector Booster Box before it closes. I was busy all weekend, playing in a regional championship qualifier, playing in Friday Night Magic, and some various non-Magic weekend plans. So really happy that I have time to get in one run. But no matter what happens here, I am one and done. I'll be posting this run. If it's 0-2, it's 0-2. Okay, so what have we got here? Dawning Archaic, I mean, this is a classic. I have two thoughts about this card. One is Sealed is better for clunky, slow stuff, but Sealed is also much worse for highly synergistic stuff. So I think this is more likely to be super expensive, but also more likely that you can actually swing in with an attack for this one. Germination Practicum, it's kind of similar thing, like maybe a little bit slow and clunky. For draft, I haven't actually seen it cast, period, so I'm not 100% sure. In Sealed, I suspect this is frequently just going to be a game-winning card. Wild Growth Archaic seems really strong. Aziza does not seem very good in Prismatic Ending. Well, this is a Converge payoff, so maybe there's something here for Converge. And then Sky Coach Conductor, highly synergistic blue cards. Again, maybe not the best, but 2-3 for 3 Flash Flying Vigilance on its own is not so bad. Well, yesterday at the RCQ, I managed to top 8, like pretty handily with essentially no rares to speak of. So let's see if I can come through on the comments and on comments. Okay, so wow, in white, triple Elite Interceptor is really nice. We have double Interjection, which if we want to play a really fast white deck, these 5 are not a bad place to start. Group Project, Hop to It, Rehearsed Debater, Honor-Bound Page, and Prismatic Ending. Okay, kind of weak in just the pure white of it, but maybe we'll have good overlaps with white. Okay, Disdainful Stroke, Chase Inspiration, can't imagine playing either of those. Flow State, yeah, our blue is looking pretty weak. Blue overall is a bit of a tough sell in this format compared to some other colors, unless you have particularly good pulls into it. Okay, triple Barug Banemaker. So is there something in black-white aggro, perhaps? Maybe this is just a good black-white aggro pool. Double Arcane Omen. So we do have a lot of Converge payoffs, actually. Okay, we have a single Ancestral Anger. That's not really anything. Double Unsubtle Mockery, I don't mind. Another Converge payoff in the Archaic's Agony. So I'm thinking already that the red is maybe a little bit weaker. Okay, in green, oh, heck yes. We have a Studious First Year and an Environmental Scientist and a Shared Roots. Chelonian Tackle is one of the cards that is the most better in Sealed than it is in Draft. Double Hungry Graphalon, those did a lot of good work for me in the RCQ yesterday. Additive Evolution, Tenured Concoctor is perfectly fine. Wild Hypothesis also did a lot of work. So I'm immediately thinking it's either white aggro or Converge. Those are the two directions possible in this pool, in my opinion. I mean, we do have an Abigail and a Render Speechless, but not that much else to support the black aggro plan, and we don't even really have any removal in black. Okay, Vibrant Outburst and Rapturous Moment, some various black-green things. We actually have a pretty, some Lorehold stuff. And then double Embrace the Paradox. I like this card a lot in Sealed. Okay, so we have something to work with. Okay, so immediately I'll tell you what I'm going to build first. I feel some pressure to go quickly because the event's almost going to end. So I think I'll go and build Converge first. Let's see what a Converge deck would look like. So here's like the purest Converge deck that I can come up with, and to be honest, not super impressed. So I have good green in Studious First Year, Environmental Scientist. The Paradigm card, Germination Practicum, seems sweet. Then there's Additive Evolution, but I also have some clunky green. I don't know, like the Graphalons, the Archaic, which is like, you know, it's supported in the Converge idea, but it takes setup to make it good. I'm running Tenured Concoctor. So I could pair this with another color, but there just isn't an obvious other color to go with. Like, honestly, the thing that most jumps to my mind is red with the double Unsubtle Mockeries, being able to just play those on curve, but I really don't have that much red, and green-red is not a supported color pair, so it would mean that we don't really get to play any gold cards. Another option is black. I could play the triple Barog Banemakers just to kind of get myself a faster start in the game, but there's not any other good black that I'm leaving on the sidelines. I have only Pest Mascot and Root Manipulation for good green-black cards, and so it's like I'm putting in a bunch of one-drops in a color. It just makes my mana worse. And what are the payoffs really? Arcane Omens, Prismatic Ending, Archaic's Agony, that's kind of it. This does not seem like a winning deck. So next thing I want to explore is what about white-based aggro? Can I literally go like white-black and play 6 one-drops? I wonder if that's a winning strategy. Let's see what that looks like. I was wondering about white-black hyper aggro, and this is kind of where I get stuck with having like no other cards really to put in the deck. So I have my 3 Elite Interceptors, my 3 Barog Banemakers, and then I'm just playing like so much filler. I don't think white-black hyper aggro is going to do it. I might have something in Lorehold, but I almost think I have too many green cards to ignore. Like, let's actually just stack, before even looking at lore hold, let's actually just stack up my cards by color just to visually see how many I have. Stacking them up like this makes me wonder about playing a very controlling game. Also, I just looked and apparently Chase Inspiration did way better this weekend than I was expecting. I guess it's like bomb protection. My only issue there is I don't have bombs. But what if I take another look at Simic and see if I can play a controlling game with like Flow State, Disdainful Stroke, like some of these cards that I was more on the fence about. Maybe I can do something silly with like Sky Coach, Conductor, and Orisa, that kind of a thing. And then I'm splashing black for the Arcane Omens. Maybe something like that is in the cards, so to speak, and splashing red for Unsubtle Mockeries so that I can actually get some removal in there, and also the Archaic Agony. Let's see how that shell looks. I don't know, like building this, it still just looks like such a mess, doesn't it? I'm just playing so many clunkers in green. Wow, this is a hard pool. The problem is if you're playing a deck like this, you really need some good payoff. Like I technically have the Arcane Omens. I don't even know if Germination Practicum is good. I have essentially no good multicolor cards either. Like, I don't know. It's not like I'm pulled in the direction of any of these gold cards. I worry I'm the kind of a person who's a little bit too likely to want to do this. I guess I will play my Dawning Archaic. But I really wonder if it's time for an off-color pair. Like, I don't know. What about white-green? Just stats to the board. What about something like that? Here's what green-white looks like. I'm not impressed. You're giving up a lot with this, and well, technically a bunch of these are creatures. The creature count isn't even that high. It isn't even that fast. I would want to see like 9 2-drops or something if I'm going to try to make this work. So I think this is not it either. Wow, this is a tough sealed pool. I think this Lorehold deck is actually my favorite so far. This is, I think, literally every card I have in red or white, maybe leaving like 1 or 2 totally unplayable ones out. Actually, I don't even think I can play Prismatic Ending here, so I'll have to scrap for one more playable. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I don't even think I really need to enumerate the reasons why, but I feel like it's the most responsible and functional thing I've looked at, except maybe the like almost mono green Converge one. But yeah, this is rough. Okay, one more thing I wanted to look at is like, what about just pure Izzet? I think there might be something there that is Prismari. So this is my Prismari deck. The thing is, like, if you're playing a deck like this, you have to have something special, I think. Like, other people playing at this pace of game are going to have, like, 2 or 3 top-end bombs that they're trying to land. And I do have some pretty good removal. I like the Unsubtle Mockeries, but other than that, it's like... I mean, I only have 2 of those and a Vibrant Outburst. I guess Disdainful Stroke is kind of removal. But other than that, it's like, I don't even have anything that special, and I'm playing a bunch of total clunkers. Deluge Virtuoso, squeezing in a Hydro Channeler for no reason, Expressive Fire Dancer with barely no Double Strike enablers, Orisa is always going to cost full price, so yeah, this is not it either. I think let's go back and look at Converge. Okay, I think I might like this more than the Simic version. This is basically a Germination Practicum deck. So basically the idea is I have a bunch of 1-drops. I mean, Wild Hypothesis goes wherever. This could be a big drop, a little drop, whatever. But I get to play like as many creatures to the board as possible. I'm playing like Group Project with Hop to it. And, you know, then I just have like a bunch of different ways of making creatures. I have a bunch of pieces of fixing, Studious First Year Environmental Scientist, Shared Roots, and I have a Terramorphic Expanse and Dual Land. All of that works together to hopefully line me up for some of this good removal in red and black with just 1 swamp and 1 mountain. And Prismatic Ending is a totally sweet piece of removal. So this means that my removal is really good. And the win condition is basically, I have a little bit of board advantage over you, and then I hit an Arcane Omens and just zap you out. I think this works better with the way that I win than any of the blue stuff. Like, I don't hate Disdainful Stroke. Flow State is nice if you can enable it. Quick Study is pretty good. This Sky Coach seems pretty good. I don't really have I guess if I can play Chase Inspiration, I'm pretty happy with that on Dawning Archaic. So it's kind of nice to have that protection. But this deck, I think, is a little bit better because I'm not even doing like... I'd rather not just build around 1 bomb and try to protect it. I'd rather just play as many stats to the board as I can. And I don't really like any of the Simic cards that I got. Like, Embrace the Paradox is perfectly fine, but playing 2 of them in your deck that already is doing a whole bunch of silly spell stuff without spells triggers or spells payoffs other than Flow State, that cannot be good, right? And I just should not be playing Is It overall. So yeah, I think I'll try a little something like this. It's, you know, it's tough. It's really, really tough. Curious what other people would do. Let me know. Let me know. But I think this weird little deck, it's just my favorite one that I've seen so far. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if it can get somewhere. All right. Honestly, not a bad first hand at all. Really happy to see Environmental Scientist here. And a green mana. So that's going to set me up to hit my land drops. I can possibly even just play Wild Growth Archaic on 3. Oh, sweet. Okay, well now I'm definitely not going to do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get a mountain. My 1 mountain. And yeah, I actually have my mana under control. I don't know if my deck's any good. I do still need 1 more forest, but I'm playing 7 more green sources, I believe. Okay, hopefully I'm not going to get totally crushed here. I could Chelonian and tackle that guy. Oh, that's going to set me up. That's going to set me up just fine. So I'll definitely offer this trade to start off with. That's a little awkward here. I don't think I'm supposed to slam down the Chelonian tackle just yet. Let's set up to Studious first here next turn. Although more likely I'm just going to play the Wild Growth Archaic. I don't know, Germination Practicum sounds pretty good on turn 5 though, right? It would be nice if I could just draw... If I draw a forest and play it, then I can Rampant Growth, but I can't do anything else, so that wouldn't really matter. Maybe I'm going to regret not killing this Mage Tower Referee. I just think I want to save my removal for something better. Something bigger. So, like, Wild Growth Archaic into Hungry Graphalon is pretty good. I guess I could have not attacked in case they played a spell. A gold spell. Okay, so... I mean, do I just Wild Growth Archaic into the Graphalon? That might be best. I get to play a 6/6. Well, if I don't use Rampant Growth here and they kill the first year, then I'm in trouble. I don't really want to sit here and do nothing this turn, so let's just play this guy. I think I have good enough stuff to do even without Rampant Growthing. Basically, the idea is, even if they kill my... If they kill anything here, they're going to kill my Wild Growth Archaic, right? If they do, then I still have the option of Rampant Growthing next turn. If they kill my Studious first year, well, they still have basically the major problem. They still have the major problem confronting them. All right, I'll take this. I wonder if they could have snuck through some Ink Mage damage, actually. Really interesting if you don't attack me. I'm about to play the biggest Graphalon you've ever seen in your life. Oh, Wild Growth Archaic's looking kind of nice, isn't it? You should certainly attack me here. I'm not going to be blocking. So it's just free damage. Oh, yeah. So do I do the Practicum or do I play a Graphalon? Practicum seems pretty good, right? That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. I don't really want to attack you. I feel like I can bide my time a little bit now. If they can somehow like board wipe me, I guess that would be really bad. Inkling Mascot. Well, my guy has reach, so I'm not too afraid of that. Interesting. I'll just block there and block there probably. Do I even want to get my Archaic into combat? Let's just block there. I'll offer the trade. I feel like I really want to be able to play a Graphalon next turn, so let's not risk the Archaic here. Unsubtle Mockery, yeah. I'm glad that my Archaic didn't get killed, because Hungry Graphalon's going to be pretty good on this board. It's a little unfortunate to have the first year die, but I don't think that's really going to matter that much. Whoa, now. Okay, yeah, Restoration Seminar. I can see that that is not super relevant in this situation. Or is it? It's a little scary to me. Yes, I'm happy to cast that. Make my Archaic rather chunky, and let's go ahead and play a Graphalon for 4 different colors. And yeah, that can be a 7/8 Graphalon. Do I attack? Let's do one more turn of not attacking, probably. I think now I'm probably okay with my Archaic. So if I attack and they have one removal spell, I die. So I can't attack. I cannot attack there. Okay, holy smokes. All right, well that can block there and this can block there, I guess. Something like that. I'm not sure what I'm playing around with this block. They could still deal 6 damage to my Wild Growth Archaic, but I feel like the Archaic is kind of doing its work. Now, what do you have? This the way that you're playing scares me a little. I'm scared by the Restoration Seminar going to the bin. Okay, so I did not play around the 6 damage, but I feel like my Archaic did what it needed to do. it gave me, this is a 2-turn clock on them. So I can exile this for 3, but then I cannot also play a Graphalon, but I could Cheloni and tackle that guy. I don't really feel like I need to. Let's just Graphalon it up. Bonk. So 1 more hit and you're dead. I'll go ahead and play this Graphalon. And I think I will play out the land, even though you could make me discard this. I think that's okay. Now they need something pretty special. Especially since my guys are going to get 2 counters. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, it has Vigilance, so you get to do that. Ooh, Unsubtle Mockery. Don't mind if I do. Get an Unsubtle Mockery. So I can just, let's just shoot that guy the normal, old-fashioned way. And get in for lethal. Yeah, all right. Do I like my deck? Well, that was fun, right? I feel like that was better than the Simic version would have been. If you do want to learn how to put up a fight in these Winabox events, even with a really tough pool, make sure you're subscribed to my channel on YouTube. A lot of what I'm doing right now is informed by information that I shared in my data deep dive videos. I was using the pre-arenadirect data and I put up information about what is working in sealed and how it compares to draft. And of course, I also put up data deep dives on how the draft format is evolving all the time. Now that we've actually had an arenadirect, the next time there's an arenadirect, you're gonna make sure you wanna know the up-to-date data using the data from the first arenadirect. So make sure that you're subscribed to my channel to not miss out on that. And I also post a new draft video every day, just always getting better tomorrow than we are today at Limited Magic Together. All right, let's see if we can't knock out a few more wins here. Just quickly gonna see if there's anything I need to change or improve about that deck. No, I think that was perfect. No notes. Perfect game, perfectly played, perfect deck, no issues at all. All right, I like any hand with 2 Elite Interceptors in it. I mean, Elite Interceptor into another Elite Interceptor or into draw card, depending on what happens. And then I have a hop to it and should be able to hit Additive Evolution on 5 if all goes well because of all my draw effects. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Second Plains is not bad, right? I'm happy to get the land here. I think I probably will just run out the second Elite Interceptor. Oh, is it going to get killed? Oh, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. The good thing about Elite Interceptor is it makes them spend their last gasps on cards that they would never spend their last gasps on under ordinary circumstances. So it does look like a Dimir control deck so far. That's kind of cool. Someone else who's playing an off color pair. It's not that common according to the data. I'll pitch the second Plains. There we go. Get it right back. Yeah, I'll definitely just hop to it here. I'll go in with the Elite Interceptor. I mean, if they attack me, I'm happy to just block with the rabbit. Don't really care about that. Additive Evolution is really nice when you have a lot of different creatures because you can really spread the love effectively. So this is interesting. Are they actually green-black and they're just stuck on mana? Kind of looks like that. So I guess let's do combat first. Oh, you're going to kill my Elite Interceptor? Another last gasp on it? Holy smokes. All right, well, in with 2 cards then. Yeah, that's a very, very, very aggressive use of removal in sealed. They're trying to deny me card advantage, but wouldn't you rather use that on, like, good stuff? All right, go ahead and play an Additive Evolution. I think in sealed, you really want to be saving your removal for your opponent's bombs. I guess they just felt they didn't want to fall too far behind on value, but okay. All right. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes your opponent gets stuck on lands. So, all right, 1 more win and we do get gems. Honestly, if I can get back my gems, 2 more wins before 2 losses, I'm going to consider that a big win with this pool. Also, I do want to say, I am going to do a live stream on Wednesday night to make up for the fact that I didn't get to post a video on Saturday. So on Saturday, I was playing in the regional championship qualifier. I think I actually just put back the mountain here because I really want the second green to play Additive Evolution. It's a little awkward because it gives me fewer chances to find my red. I'm super punished if I spend Terramorphic finding. Maybe actually just put back Terramorphic and hope that I'm going to draw another green. That might be better than putting back the red, because this gives me, I have a lot more chances to draw green. Anyways, 6:30 or probably around 5:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, I'm gonna do a live stream to make up for the 1 video that I did not post on Saturday. Okay, so mark your calendars. Wednesday evening Eastern time, Wednesday 6 p.m. Eastern time, I'll do a live stream. and I'm going to be reviewing viewers' decks. So, reviewing viewers' drafts. Okay, I think I just put back the mountain, actually. Because I still have the option of finding the red. If I draw like a red removal spell in the first 2 turns, keeping Terramorphic lets me go for the red mana. So I think I do this, and then I'm just going to play the forest, draw. That's 1 draw there, and then another draw. I have all those chances. And then, like, I don't know, another turn to find the green for additive evolution. Environmental scientist. Yeah, now we're facing the actually good decks. That's a shame. My deck is going to be outclassed in a hurry. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing viewers' drafts, so go ahead and submit your draft logs in the Discord. And I will very strongly consider them for review night. All right, so unfortunately, we have to play the untapped land here. I'll go ahead and tap my guy. We're kind of toast, aren't we? This is really bad. Interesting. They kept that. Okay. All right, so now I can play Fields of Strife. This turned into a really interesting game. Like, I could also play the Wild Growth Archaic for 3. I assume there's some Essence Scatter or something happening here, right? I don't really want to run Wild Growth Archaic into this, but at the same time, I don't really mind. You know, the thing is, I want to hit Graflon on 4, I think. I'm going to hold on to the Archaic. Because technically, they could also tap down here. Do I actually send in Terramorphic for a Swamp now? No, because Fields of Strife also adds 1 pip to what I can produce. Yeah, I was anticipating they had Deal 4 or Essence Scatter. They have 1 of those in their hand right now, I think. Down comes Tackle Artist. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and I get the Deal 4. That's pretty awesome. So I'll go ahead and play... Do I just start out with Wild Growth Archaic? Because now it comes in as a 5/5, so they can't even deal 4 to it. I think that sounds kind of good. The thing is, it does cost 3 mana. Interesting. And this guy, you put a counter on it, and Opus, you put 2 counters. So I should assume that thing's going to be a 6/5 next turn. Well, I have no issue chumping it. I think building my own board is better than just holding up Unsubtle Mockery. So now Graflon comes down as a 5/6. Okay, that's fine. I do wonder if this means they're holding up Essence Scatter. They're not triggering Opus. Seems like they want to land. I'll just take that. When it attacks as a 5/6, then I'll chump it. Okay, so now I want to play a 5/6 Graflon. Oh, no way. I actually want to play Additive Evolution. That's kind of awesome. That's better, right? I think that's better. I think that's a lot better. This lets me put a counter on Elite Interceptor and attack vigilantly, and it lets me block the Tackle Artist, potentially double blocking. Did they not hit a land? It seems like they might be... Wow, are all my opponents hitting mana issues? That's more luck than I deserve. Mind into Matter looking for a land. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to Unsubtle Mockery that Tackle Artist, and now I'm just beating down. Geometer's Arthropod, that's so funny. I think it's too slow for me to really care about it. I'm going to go ahead and open with a Unsubtle Mockery on the Tackle Artist. I care way more. Oh, Shared Roots. No, I don't think I care about that. I guess I should have played Terramorphic first. That was actually a very subtle mistake. I am really tired, by the way, everyone. Just so we're all on the same page. I'm really tired. It's been a long weekend of Magic. I might be like underplaying things here, to be quite honest. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm playing a little bit too chicken with my opponent being so mana screwed. So I play Elite Interceptor with an extra counter on it. Like, maybe I should have been playing the Graflon. Oh, replacement effects. That's so funny. I've never seen this before. Oh, I never had this happen. Okay, well, the order doesn't matter, but that's so funny. Okay. I'll crack my Terramorphic. I'm not going to make everyone sit here waiting. And I'm going to get... I'll get the black because it lets me put an extra counter on my Graflons. Hungry Graflon is my MVP this weekend. Wow, I'm getting so unreasonably lucky with my opponent's mana. Have they really not found another land after all this digging, and they had to terramorphic for one of those lanes as well. So yeah, okay, all right. I was wondering if maybe it was a mistake not to kill the arthropod, but I think whatever the arthropod is doing is too little too late. Wow, so we're 3-0 with this pile of gibberish. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. All right, hey, you know what? If I get one more win, I'm gonna be happy. On to the next one. Okay, not my best hand ever, but I think Thraben Inspector here makes it a lot better, right? The fact that I get to play this and draw a card, it seems like it makes it better. Ambitious Augmenter. You know what? You know what? I actually... Oh, maybe I was supposed to play Terramorphic Expanse and Prismatic Ending that guy. So what I could do next turn is... No, I probably was just supposed to Prismatic Ending it. All right, well, let's get in there and let's Rejoinder. Let's see what they do. And very likely what's happening next turn is I'm going to Prismatic Ending their Augmenter. The thing is, like, its mana value is not going anywhere, right? Okay, yeah, so let's just go. So this is if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast a spell. So I can go X equals 1, just get rid of the Ambitious Augmenter. I played this a little loose. This was not quite how this was supposed to happen, but I think this is going to be fine. Hopefully they don't have a hexproof trick here to punish me. Mana value 1. I didn't screw this up or anything, right? Okay. Good, good, good. In with the Interceptor, I could play a 1/1 Wild Hypothesis, but I think I'd rather just get another mana under me. So let's go ahead and grab a black... No, a red is more important in my deck, right? I mean, there's actually Arcane Omens, so it's actually a real question. Which one's more important, red or black? I think black, actually. Okay, after a lot of consideration, I'm going for the black. And then they're going to crack their Terramorphic. It's possible I wasn't yet supposed to kill this Augmenter, but I think this card is, like, unreal. It just goes off. All right, probably just play the Forest here. In for 1, and then let's grapple on it up. This is interesting. They're also on a green-white deck. Or every one of my opponents is getting mana screwed. Repel Calamity. Okay. All right. I accept your judgment. At least they didn't Repel Calamity Dawning Archaic, right? Okay, do I just do a Wild Hypothesis here? Or do I play this guy, play the Elite Interceptor, and then draw another card? Kind of want to just play the Wild Hypothesis, actually, for 4. Nah, it's better the later you do it. So let's start with the... no, because I want to play whatever I... No, I want to play the Plains. Sorry, I'm thinking so hard here, partly because I am so exhausted. Untap this guy. Draw a card. Unsubtle Mockery, so that's fine because I'm about to go get my red. Take that action, go grab the red. And then, yeah, now I just want to get these instants and sorceries in the bin so that I can play Dawning Archaic. Are they really also green-white? That's so funny. What's going on here today? Maybe they're not green-white. Did I just get my gems back and go 4-0 with this pile of nonsense because my opponents are just completely mana screwed every game? That was 3 games in a row of my opponents getting mana screwed. All right, my luck is definitely about to run out. But yeah, 4-0 feels pretty good with this pile of absolute nonsense. Let's go. All right, I'm going to have to mulligan. Pinheiro, is that like a type of tree? My Brazilian friends, meus amigos brasileiros, is Pinheiro a type of tree? Tipo de árvore, né? Okay, back to English. Don't want to alienate everybody. Okay, environmental scientist gonna grab a Plains. It's gotta be a Plains, right? It's got to be a Plains, and I just put back... Oh, no, it's gotta be a Swamp, and I put back the Hop to it, right? That's gotta be it. That's how I win against Pinheiro. Blue-red, okay. Scary to me, because I haven't faced a control opponent yet. And I feel like my game plans are so incredibly fragile. However, if they're not main decking counter technology, specifically brush off, Arcane Omens can really do a number on a control deck. All right, go ahead and play the Mountain, play the Environmental Scientist, get a black. Environmental Scientist is so good. Almost certainly next turn, I just slam down the black mana and Unsubtle Mockery, the Fire Dancer, almost certainly. And then Wild Hypothesis for 3, you know, make it 3/3 Scry 2, or Surveil 2, I mean. I will not be blocking that. I choose to not block that. Don't tell me you're also mana screwed. What's going on today? It's not even that people are playing greedy decks. Okay, now I'm gonna Unsubtle Mockery, the thing that fixes your mana. I'm sorry, Pinheiro. It had to be done. That has to go in the bin, unfortunately. I don't even have a white mana. Don't tell me what. It's not even that people are playing overly greedy decks, I don't think, because a lot of them are tripped on number of lands. Not my last opponent, but this opponent and I think 2 opponents ago was. Saner. That I do feel some regret at. I do feel some regret at that. Because now this is going to make them at, you know, ripping off my Unsubtle Mockery, because this is going to make them treasures. But you know what? I mean, so first I'm going to sneak in some damage here. No way are they blocking. No way are you blocking. Yeah. That would be like totally crazy to block there. You need that Saner. Plains is kind of nice. Rip it off for 4. And then a Graphalon. I actually don't hate the Graphalon after that, right? I actually think those are both good draws. Rip off an Arcane Omens for 4. X equals 4. That's going to be grotesque next turn. And then I just want to put stats on the board. So yeah, I like both of those. I like both of those. And I will block the Fire Dancer. Just encourage them to spend a card here. If they empty their hand, it's really bad for me, though. Stock up. This is sickening. The only thing is they do still get to rip off their Saner. They do still get to play the spell off of Saner. So they do get 1 card into their hand. But I'm going to go with that's not a big deal. Unless they do the treasure here and use that and 1 mana to play something that they just got off of stock up. I hope it's not brush off. If they have brush off, that's annoying to me. Because then they'll get the Arcane Omens done. I'm just going to fire it off. I could play around brush off. I mean, I can't play around brush off is the thing, right? The way to play around brush off would be if I get into combat with them and they have a brush off in their hand, but because we're in combat, they play something. That actually sounds better, right? Like, try to trick them into playing like a whatever, I don't know what. Okay, now I'm going to attempt Arcane Omens on you. Hopefully you don't have a brush off. All right, there we go. Echo Casting Symposium, Matter Bending Mage, and Heated Argument. That was juicy. So now they can spend their turn playing Wild Idea, but at least we got the Echo Casting Symposium out of their deck before they get to Wild Idea for it. Echo Casting Symposium is not even that good, actually. For them in this situation, it's a good card generally, obviously. Okay, they got a Splatter Technique. Okay, all right. I hear you. So that's an issue for me, obviously. So this costs 5, which means next turn they do get to play it. 4 damage to each creature and planeswalker. So I can Wild Hypothesis for 5, though. Okay, all right. In with both. Wild Hypothesis for 5. That's kind of awesome. Prismatic Ending is a nice one. I don't want the land. Yeah, Prismatic Ending is a nice one. So now if you Splatter Technique, you're almost dead. They might just draw 4. In which case, I pretty much win, because I can Prismatic Ending Saner. It's not pretty much winning, but seems hard for them to come back after that. If they do board wipe, they get to make a treasure first with the spell on the stack, like after casting it. Whew. Wow. What a situation. Wow, their deck seems awesome. Echo Casting Symposium, Stock Up, Heated Argument, Matter Bending Mage, Saner, Splatter Technique. This is a crazy pool, and they even got the Spectacle Summit. This is such a good pool. I wonder if they just have like a bounce spell, maybe. That would be awkward. If they have like a bounce spell for my 5/5. I wonder in that case if I just Prismatic Ending the Saner to get damage through. Yeah, it's not a bounce spell, it's a stun. Okay. Stun it for 8. That's so funny. All right. I take 6. Do I just kill the Expressive Fire Dancer then? Probably, because I feel like I'm just about to die. I can get in for 5. Hold on. Oh, I'm 1 mana short of Additive Evolution plus Prismatic Ending getting rid of the Saner and just winning. I could also kill the Saner. Nah, I think I want a Prismatic Ending on Expressive Fire Dancer and just attack with both. Then they're probably going to board wipe. Then I have a Hungry Graphalon and an Additive Evolution to back everything up. Right? The other option, though, is Additive Evolution here. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, I think let's Prismatic Ending on the Fire Dancer. It's so awkward that I keep on not being able to double spell. Get rid of the Fire Dancer, in with both. I don't think there's a haste creature I'm supposed to play around here. They also chose not to make the treasure, right? That's informative. Oh, if you just take 5, that's really interesting. I'm not going to play the Graphalon. I assume now they board wipe. They do need 1 more land to board wipe, though. So it's only if they draw land. Okay, now I assume they board wipe. No? They want to copy it, but I don't... Can you choose a different mode? I think you copy the effect after, so they would just double board wipe. They have to make a treasure to do that and then sack the treasure? Is their idea to just attack me? Well, I'll play this. Dang, I'm so far... Yeah, maybe their idea is just... They're just going to Splatter Technique and... Maybe their idea is just to draw 4, actually. So what if I Additive Evolution just to pressure them? Well, the day is gone for that now. I really wonder if they're trying not to board wipe. They might just not have to board wipe anymore. I could play the Graphalon to kind of force them to spend it board wiping, and then I have an Additive Evolution onto an empty board. I don't feel so great about that. I'm going to give them 1 more turn. If they want to draw 4... I at least can swing in with a 4/4 next turn and kind of force a block. They could draw 8. That's pretty funny. Draw 8 is an interesting one. I wonder if that's what they're trying to do. They did succeed in getting me to really low HP. Okay, playing the land. Interesting. Yeah, so that suggests they may be about to draw 8. Although then they might have kept the tap land. I'm really interested by this decision of playing the Micah. I think they might just be right. Okay, they're going to draw 8. Well, no, they didn't want to copy it. Interesting. I thought for sure that they would copy it. Why didn't they tap Saner with this on the stack, sacrifice the treasure, and copy? Huh? Isn't that just, like, better? Okay, I don't know. I kind of regret not killing that Saner when I had the chance, obviously. All right, well, now I'm just going to attack them. See what they've got for me. Whoa. Well, it can't be Spell Pierce. Yeah. What is this? Oh, Banishing Betrayal on the 3/3, probably. Well, okay. I mean, I need to make them have it. No, they can't even. They only have 1 mana at their disposal. So I don't know what it could be. Why didn't they make a treasure? Why are they not making treasures? I don't understand this. They don't want to tap their Saner, I guess. They're like very afraid of tapping the Saner. I guess that's what's going on. Yeah. All right, well, we get the Micah down. Very interested in their decision not to deal 4. All right, play a land. Yeah. This opponent managed to get unmana screwed, which means that my deck actually has to like duke it out with someone who has 4 wins or however much. And yeah, my deck's not really up to that level of battling, I think. But okay. We are currently ahead on the board, but it's kind of sad that they recovered so well from an Arcane Omens that emptied their entire hand. It's just that Splatter Technique is such a good card. Okay, down comes Elemental Mascot, Flying, and Vigilance. At least Hungry Grapplon has Reach, though. That's pretty good. Flying Vigilance is a rather strong stat line. Or pair of abilities. Haha, I was hoping I would draw this guy. It's too bad that I can't also play the Grapplon first. But let's attempt this. I don't know if it's going to resolve or what's going to happen. But let's try it. They may just kill me, though. But I should be able to force blocks here. I think I'd rather have the +1/+1 counters. I don't know what they've got in their hand, but the counters are probably better. They would have to do something special to just completely dome me with the Elemental Mascot. If they have a bounce spell and then 3 instants or sorceries, that would do it. So they can bring something back from the graveyard, it seems. Probably put the counter. I'm kind of thinking Environmental Scientists. They're both lethal attackers, so if they're going to bounce either creature, I'd rather it be Environmental Scientist. And then in with 2 lethal attackers. I really am expecting, like, Run Behind. Is it Run Behind? In with both. If we go to blocks, I'm really happy. Naturally. All right. Looks like they are lining up blocks. Okay, that's not what you would do if you had a bounce spell. All right. Okay. Well, that looked good. That looked good for me. What have they got, though? What's in their hand? Did they just like finally draw all the lands that were eluding them in the early game? All right, Pinheiro, what have you got for me? There could be any number of ridiculous things that they could have here. Any number. Mathemagics, but we're not close to that, I don't think. They would need, what, x = 5 to get me? They're looking at their library so much. It must be Divergent Equation. They're wondering what they can bring back with Divergent Equation. Echo Casting Symposium doesn't do anything. Stock Up's probably too slow. Heated Argument would hit me. Splatter Technique doesn't do it anymore. So it's really just Procrastinate, Heated Argument. Maybe Stock Up. All right. I guess also it could be Exile the Ages, whatever that Ages thing is, the 7-mana one. That brings everything back to your hand and you have no maximum hand size. But every one of my creatures is a lethal attacker. You have to deal with that reality, my friend, Pinheiro. Oh, exile something, deal 2. Oh man, if they had 2 of those, they could kill me. Do they have a bounce spell on top of this? And then another way of exiling and dealing 2? Or a Tome Blast? But they wouldn't have thought so long if they just had a Tome Blast here, straight up. This is going to be a game to go back over. So many decision points, especially if they beat me. But no matter what, like, feels pretty bad to just be dead to Tome Blast here or to another Heated Argument. Divergent Equation, but they... Okay, well, so GG. They didn't bring back the other Heated Argument. They didn't have time to fire them both off, so... Yeah, wow. What a game. Good game, Pinheiro. Good game. I'm 5-0, excuse me. I just need the next 2 people to get mana screwed, and we're trophying. Let's go. This hand feels okay, I can go turn 3 Archaic into turn 4 Graphalon, perhaps? Yeah, it feels good. And then into Arcane Omens? Yeah. Yeah. This seems good, right? I love the idea of, if I can hit Graphalon with the Archaic still alive, that would be a huge win for me. Elite Interceptor. Okay, all right. Well, that's even a turn 2 play. Would have been nicer as a turn 1 play, but I mean, how can I complain? If you last gasp it again, I'll be really happy. Or not again, but like the last person did. Germination. This is a little awkward. I don't like that I've drawn 0 lands so far, but I'll just pop down a 3/3 and that'll be that. And really hope to draw a land next turn. If I draw, I mean, Mountain would be the best draw. Mountain into Forest would be the best draws that I could have. Just don't kill my guy. Ah, are you kidding me? And now watch me get mana screwed. I mean, I can't really complain that much if it does happen, because that's what's been happening to every single one of my opponents. Also very much looks like my opponent is on a way more responsible deck than I am, so... Okay, well, would have been really nice to land the Graphalon with the Archaic still intact, but we can't have everything in this life, now can we? So next up, it's going to be Germination Practicum, and we're just crashing in. And unless they have some kind of removal for the Graphalon. Arcane Omens should be sweet, depending on when I get to land it. Oh, this is the rare one, I see, yeah, okay. If I draw a Mountain, I'll fire off Arcane Omens for sure. Hop to it. Can't even get a land. That's really bad. Kind of want to Rejoinder and just try to draw a land and, you know, tackle the Honor Bound page. Do I just tackle the Honor Bound page? Nah. That's too chicken. That's too chicken. It's time to get lucky. Yep, never punished. As it should be. Just tackle this guy. Actually, into Honor Bound page. No, I should tackle it into the Scolding Administrator. Well, but then the Honor Bound page does get its counters. How much do I care about a 4/4 that can fly? Not that much. Not that much. I think I'll knock it into that guy. That sounds better. You can move your counter. I think that's better. Because the Graphalon does have reach. I would love to play the Practicum with Hop to it out. That's pretty awesome. Right? That's pretty awesome. So if I get another creature, I'll play Hop to it first, probably. Helping Hand, bringing that guy back? Sure. I just need to not die. That's the only thing. Can I please avoid dying? That's the main deal here. They did get so much damage on me. If they don't give the Honor Bound page flying, I might just chump it with Elite Interceptor, because even as a 3/4, the Interceptor is not blocking that well. So let's just preserve our life total. Even though Germination Practicum makes the Elite Interceptor a lot better. So I could do this for 3 and just empty their hand. Is that good? This is actually a really interesting choice. Is it better to just completely empty their hand? Or is it better to make all of my stuff enormous? Honestly, what I most want to do is Hop to it, but that's the slowest thing that I possibly could do. Arcane Omens is arguably even slower, though. Scolding Administrator, yeah. So they would get to crack in for 3, 7, 8 damage, putting me to 6. That sounds so bad. I think maybe I just do this. But then if they have removal for the Graphalon, they get to do the same exact thing. Maybe I'm just going to 6 anyways. This is only prepared 1 time, so then I just need to be able to block everything after that. Really tough choice here. I think I'm going to do the super dirtily thing. Basically, I like the idea of incrementing here. Okay, you have 3 lands in your hand. That's so funny. Am I going to get to block? Well, this kind of forces them to spend their flying trick. So that was, knowing what I know now, that was the wrong decision. But basically, I really didn't want a Germination Practicum. Hop to it just felt wrong. Partly for just like mana efficiency reasons. Okay, yeah, I'll just take 8. I mean, not that I like taking 8 here, but I should be able to block that guy from now on. And Stone Docent. Okay, sure. Dawning Archaic. Ridiculous. So now I play this guy. And I can start double blocking or chump blocking. But more importantly, I'm about to Germination Practicum and make everything 3/3s. That looked like they were considering surveilling, right? But the 3 lands in their hand. Yeah. I was just worried that they would have a removal spell for my guy. Okay, we have them not attacking. Well, immediately, there's only one thing to do, which is Germination Practicum. Now do I attack? I feel like the answer is no way. If they do draw a bunch of Opus things, then I am toast. But the thing is, I can always Unsubtle Mockery that guy. All right, Surveil. You love to see it. A Wild Hypothesis. That's kind of nice. Yes, I choose to do this. Okay, let's think for a moment here. So I can make a chump blocker. Feel like I probably... Oh, I cannot Unsubtle Mockery. That's something I should have noticed before. So I feel like I can attack with the Graphalon. If they take it one time... First, maybe I actually play this. No, I don't want them to... I think that's really good information. I don't want them to have it. So if I Wild Hypothesis, no matter what happens, I can play Dawning Archaic next turn also. I really want a red source, like really want that. Let's see. So if I attack with the Graphalon and they chump block, I need 4 blockers to hold back what they have right now, which I do have. Yeah, okay, so in with just the Graphalon. Because they could take all 3 of the other creatures. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. That's the most aggressive thing they could do. Presumably I'm winning in the long run, so they just want to be aggro. I think probably both of those in the bin. Is that correct? Well, Vigilance and a creature actually seems really good. I would love to find a red source for this Unsubtle Mockery, but I don't think that's necessarily in the cards. Definitely not the Graphalon. I don't think I can really be a chooser to this extent. Technically, they can sneak through damage here. So maybe this is worse. Maybe I would rather just play the Dawning Archaic. I feel like neither of these cards really does what I'm looking for. You know what? Actually, I think Vigilance and a blocker is really good. Just upping my blocker count and letting me get a lot of damage through. So technically, they can push through 1 damage on board right now. Because Scolding Administrator has Menace. Okay. They may just have lethal here. I would not be at all surprised. We'll see what they've got. I feel like I had to put some pressure on, so I don't really regret the attack, even if this turns out to be lethal. It could be 6 damage deal to. Monstrous Rage. Oh yeah, no, that's lethal. Okay. Wait, are we 1 short of lethal here? Oh, we're 1 short of lethal. Okay, well they may have some way of dealing the extra damage. Looks like they probably have an instant to kill me. Do they? Can you kill me? Potioner's Trove. Okay, I'm gonna do the thing because it's fun. I'm gonna do the thing because it's fun, everybody. Put a counter on this guy. In with the team. Bonk, 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 bonk. Minus 29 HP on the opponent. What a tournament this has been, my friends. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. This is my 1 run. I mean, literally, it's not like I did a bunch and then lost, and then this is what we're doing. 5-0 with 6-0 with maybe the luckiest Winabox run I've ever had, just in terms of my opponent's mana, the probably quite low quality of my deck, winning that game from 1 HP. All right, so now we have 2 losses to give, my friends. 2 losses to give, and we are playing for a box. Remember, if you want to see how to get this close to a box, at least in these events, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. This is how I try to do it. Group Project into Hop to It, flashing back Group Project into Hungry Graphalon. For my scrappy, weird little green-white deck, that's about as good as it gets. If that doesn't do it, then I don't think my deck can do it. Hi, Hardened Academic. I will say one of the best cards you can have against Hardened Academic is the Hungry Graphalon. I would love to be able to actually play that Unsubtle Mockery. That would be really lovely. Okay. Gonna take our time, and we're gonna make good decisions. Interesting. No play. Would love a red source. I will say I'm getting a little bit having red source issues. Play a land. Tap 3 untap creatures. All right. Just go in with my 2/2. Hop to it. Flashback group project. All right, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power on the board now. Of course, if they play a single 3/3, then... well, then I just need to draw my Paradigm spell. Oh, hi, single 3/3. There you are. All right. Wild Growth Archaic. That's an interesting one. Do I actually just play that instead of the Hungry Graphalon? Because it does have reach as well. Yeah, I actually like that. And then my Graphalon could come in with some counters. So let's do it like this. And I kind of want to pretend I have Giant Growth. And I don't really want to make it suicidal attack here. Yeah, I'd rather this come down as a 2/2 than as a 1/1. It cannot block the Hardened Academic, but it could block the 1/1, although it's just not going to. So, like, suppose I did attack here. I don't think I'm winning that race if I do attack, because they can always just discard cards to give this lifelink. Yeah, I assume it's eating a removal spell. Whatever. I think it was worth trying, just testing them. Now the Graphalon's coming down. They're not attacking with the 1/1. That's really interesting. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is like... this is my comeuppance for what's been happening to my opponents, because I don't even care about not having the red. That's whatever. But drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, that's a little rich. I could be attacking, but that attack just starts petering out, I think, unacceptably quickly. I guess potentially I should have played the Graphalon first, but I think that's just too passive. Like, giving up too much out of fear for what your opponent could potentially do to you. I just wish I had, like, any card advantage as the way slower, way grindier deck. I don't hate Wild Hypothesis here. Wild Hypothesis for 5. That sounds kind of good. But they're going to crash in for 6 damage next turn. Oh, actually, it's Environmental Scientist fast enough. Crew 2, you say? It may not be fast enough, because I play Environmental Scientist, play a land, shoot one of their flyers, but by next turn, I'm at 4, right? They crew this up. Suppose they play another creature, crew up the Sky Coach, 5, 6. Next turn, they crew it up. I shoot their Sky Coach, and they're still dealing 3 more damage, putting me to 1, and then this thing kills me immediately. No, them having removal for my... I think I need something more dramatic. What do I even need, though? My Paradigm spell? That probably can't do it any longer. A reach creature, like a Graphalon. I don't think that Scientist is fast enough at this point. The other question is, do I just attack to put some pressure on them? And I think the answer has got to be yes. I think the answer has got to be yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, put them to 13. Potentially I was supposed to be doing this like a while ago. And they cannot crew their Sky Coach. I feel like just getting some damage in was pretty much my only route to actually winning, but Yeah, presumably they just have another removal spell. Exactly. I feel like that was pretty much inevitable. Them having 3 removal in hand, they kind of had like the dream package. Repel Calamity into Unsubtle Mockery into Heated Argument. No, that's just a great sealed pool. Yeah. Yeah, easy win for the opponent. My deck kind of, if it had delivered up like a variety of lands and, you know, some good options, but drawing 7 Forest or Plains, I don't really think there was a way to play that was gonna get me the victory. So we have one more chance. Let's try to get a box this time. I don't think I really regret anything about that. The only issue is if like I could have done deck building differently to set myself up better, but I don't really think so. I mean, this is another great hand, but we're probably playing against a great deck. So turn 1 Elite Interceptor. Turn 2 Environmental Scientist, get a mountain. And with this guy, play the Scientist, grab a mountain. Of course, that guarantees I'll draw a black card next turn, but you have to get lucky at this stage in these events. You have to have some luck. Okay, I'm not going to spend Unsubtle Mockery unless I absolutely have to. Library of Alexandria, no freaking way. Oh, that's so cool. I'm jealous. That's all I want to be doing. So then the question is, do they just activate their library? Let's start with just a rejoinder on that guy. I don't really think I need to be Unsubtle Mockerying it. Wow, this is interesting. I'm really curious about my opponent's deck. All right, play Fields of Strife. In for 3. Just trying to do a little bit of beatdown here, because I actually have a pretty aggressive hand. Like, next turn I go Graphalon, and then the turn after that I'm going to play Wild Hypothesis, ideally. That's the hope. So then the question is, yes, do they draw? And they do. So they're playing it nice and slow. All right, in with this guy. Oh, what's happening here? They discarded a Stone Docent or what? Yeah, wow. Okay. Just thinking carefully. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple, right? Just put as many stats on the board as possible. I don't think I'm supposed to go after their Joined Researcher. It doesn't seem like a very relevant card. Very interested by their decision to attack with it. I guess they're just assuming I have removal or something. Okay, so they hit a land. I wish I had Arcane Omens, although against them, I'm not even sure it matters. Just assume that they have infinite cards in hand at all times. So they're effectively at 15 as well, right? We have to keep that in mind. So if I Unsubtle Mockery, I'm getting it for 3, 4, 5, 6. Not even a 2-turn clock. I'm not sure that's even worth it. So what am I playing around? I feel like I just attack with the Graphalon first, actually. Even though it leaves a damage on the table, there's something happening here. Some kind of combat trick. Oh, it could be a Johnny's response. Unsubtle Mockery. Yeah, well, they could have done that with Wild Hypothesis on the stack, so okay. I accept that. Surveil this into the bin because you're digging for a land. That makes sense to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, yeah, all Wild Hypothesis for 4. Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that's exactly what I want to be doing. Additive Evolution into another Wild Hypothesis. Technically, I would love a black source, but I think Additive Evolution is everything I want right now. And another giant creature sounds pretty good as well. They did hit another land. I'm proud of them. I can't say I'm happy that they hit another land, but I'm always rooting for good magic, even with a box on the line. Always rooting for good magic to be played. Yeah, Library of Alexandria is probably hurting them, I'm guessing. Because, like, it's colorless. So, like, it makes it harder to play Spirit Mascot, for example. Okay, so I could kill the Spirit Mascot. I don't think I'm playing a straightforward aggro game plan. I would love a black source, but Honestly, part of why I kept the wild hypothesis is it sort of does help me find a black source in a weird roundabout way. Do I just play the environmental scientist and go in with... Or sorry, play additive evolution, put the counter on environmental scientist, go in with both, offer to trade my 4/4 basically? Or do I just put the counter on the 4/4, crack in as a 5/5? That sounds pretty good. If I attack and I try to get Unsubtle Mockery, I really don't want to play Unsubtle Mockery here. So let's play this, put the counter on the scientist and attack with both, essentially offering to trade the 4/4 for the 3/3. I think that's okay. And just representing more total damage. I also accept a straight up trade of environmental scientist for the spirit mascot. There's no combat trick here, thankfully. Yeah, I think this is fine. If you trade that, I think that's fine. That suggests that they don't have a lot of synergies left for that card. Just the fact that they even considered that. Perfectly a-okay by me. I don't think that means that they have a board wipe. I don't even really think there is a board wipe here. So funny that this person had mana problems too. Like, everyone's having mana problems against me. So next turn, I can put the counter on the Elite Interceptor and attack with both of my creatures, or all three of my creatures, depending on how many creatures are standing. And then I'm just going to do a Wild Hypothesis for 6. I think that card's just good and sealed. Or for 5. Sorry. X equals 5. Would love to find a swamp here. That would be so bonkers. But this card's protection against Arcane's Omens, I had that exact lineup in the RCQ yesterday. Emptied someone's hand, and then they just immediately refilled it with Joined Researchers. Oh. Daydream on Joined Researchers. Yeah. I like that you invested that. I like that you invested that. So I'm actually just going to Unsubtle Mockery now. So that I can just go in for everything, basically. So they can sack their Acolyte to kill the additive evolution if they want. We actually... am I miscounting, or did we just win a box with this ridiculous pile of soupy silliness? That is so freaking funny. I cannot believe it. Okay, if you're not subscribed, that has to be worth a subscribe. Look at this bonkers deck. I mean, what the heck is going on here? Germination Practicum, Archaic's Agony, Arcane Omens, the Dawning Archaic. That's all my payoffs. I'm doing double giraffe.deck. Wild Growth Archaic. All my removal is Unsubtle Mockery and Chelonian Tackle. And then I'm playing like quintuple, or just 3 bits of fixing. And then like also Wild Hypothesis. I mean... This is just an unreal soup, and it was green-white base. I mean, I don't even know what I can say at this point. Yeah, that was cool. Glad I won a box with it. And that was my one and done. That was my only chance to do it, because the event is literally ending in 9 hours, and I'm going to bed. So, all right, until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash, apparently.